Thank you, CB's crew, for supporting our Circle Plus.
Hey y'all, welcome back to our Circle Plus. Today is Friday, and I am going to put just a small clip of what happened yesterday. I'm just going to be real quick and brief. First of all, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Debbie. I am the mom of an adult man living on the autism spectrum. We refer to him as CB. His name is Clinton Bridge. And I just decided to document my life with him as an adult. So welcome to the family. Welcome to CB's crew. So real quickly, what this next clip is going to show you is that I am at CB's job, and I'm going to talk about this in this video. I was called by someone there on the premises, and they were afraid that he was escalating and it was going to be one of those days where he could probably take out his frustrations on his brother, who often takes him and picks him up every day. Well, I'm on here to tell you this. This has been a long-awaited time for me and for him, grooming him, getting different BCBAs to work with him. And let me tell you, no two BCBAs approach the same thing in the same way, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So yesterday when I get there, he'd been having a moment all day. You know how you have some of those klutzy days where nothing works out? He tripped, he fell, he got his apron caught onto something. So it was just a frustrating day. So he went to the bathroom. And the one thing, his current BCBA, his behavior analysis, oh God, don't get me to remember what it is. Anyway, BCBA, when it comes to ABA therapy or ABA approach, all that stuff, we'll talk about that later. But his behavior therapist is what I'm going to call her, has really been working with him on, and that is him being able to de-escalate himself. When he gets to a point where he feels he's angry and he's to the point to no return, which was probably something that we experienced 6 months to a year ago, it is so much better now. Yes, he does have meltdowns, but he's able to talk his way and work. And you can really tell when he's really working on trying to get his way back and on green level. I'm also going to see if I can find and put in the cards here a video that we talked about different levels that we identified him on. There's 4 or 5 of them. And green is always good. Red is not good. He was on red yesterday. But when I came to pick him up, and I prayed before I went there, because like, Lord, I don't want him getting in the car, acting ugly. When I got there, I had to wait 20 to 30 minutes. So I actually did this quick video. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, I need for him to come out. I need for him to be calm. I need for him to be okay. And that's exactly what happened. He came out. He had de-escalated his behavior. He was in good spirits. He told the person, I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. He told me a little bit what happened, but it's really funny because on Fridays, there's no work. So he works Monday through Thursday at this location. And we'll talk about Big. Big is Brookwood in Georgetown, Texas. If you're not from Texas, we're in Texas. And they groom individuals that have an array of disabilities on how to make beautiful things. And they sell them. And that's a big portion of how the program is supported, is how, they sell what they make. They have a bakery, they have a greenhouse, they have a storefront, they have a cafe that's awesome. I mean, the food is awesome. So he doesn't work on Fridays. So his BCBA comes and she's with him for about 2.5 hours or so. I get my son up. Well, he gets himself up to work. Let me rephrase that. I don't have to wake him. He wakes himself. And he gets up and he gets himself dressed. And what I want to talk about at this point here, and I know it probably sounds like I'm jumping all over the place. I probably am. But the purpose is what I want to get at. The purpose. I promised someone that I would talk about regression, and this video is what this is about. Before my son got accepted into the program in 2019, I saw a huge regression in him. Huge regression to the point where I really looked at him. He was a young man. Shortly after high school, he exited high school, I think when he was 21. And I saw an old man because that was his life. He didn't have any place to go. He didn't have any friends. I would leave him in the driveway in a lawn chair in the mornings, and I'd come home, and he'd be in that same lawn chair in the hot heat of the day where he'd walk most of the day, the sidewalk. As I mentioned in a previous video, he walked so much so until he walked the grass off of my neighbor's yard. And as I stated, I would often leave in tears. I would come home depressed. And I said, something has got to change. Something has got to change. This is not life for him. It isn't. And what I found, guys, is that you got to have purpose. You got to have purpose to live. You got to have a reason to live. And once I met the behavior therapist that actually really, really worked with him, and I think there's one video about Miss Danielle. It's one of the throwback videos that I did. Miss Danielle would come out every Friday or every Monday or whenever her schedule was consistently and work with him. Because guess what? He would lay in bed until 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He didn't have a purpose. He didn't have a purpose to get out of bed. He was depressed. And with him not having any speech or language, he couldn't convey that to me. But I felt in my heart that something was wrong with my child because I saw him just deteriorate. So Miss Danielle would come and get him, and she would take him to Big. And like I said before, they have a cafe. They make wonderful food. I mean, they have a bakery there. So my son, would always eat the warm chocolate cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and warm milk. And Miss Danielle would have this wonderful mixed green salad with, oh my God, it was just, I even tried it, but I don't even know what the name of it is, but it was good. It was delicious. And so they just started going out there. And I put his name on the list and started really looking into it. Now, let me share with you this. It's private. It's private. That means that they don't accept Medicaid or anything like that. They're not bad people because they don't, but it's a hindrance to the parents who are looking for something like that. Because I'm going to tell you, in Texas, it's not a whole lot of those facilities out there for adults. Once your kid graduates high school, it just plummets. It goes down. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So he went through the program. They even started to test how he would interact with everyone and how he would be included, because it's important that you have people that have certain personalities. They were trying to test that so that they would know where to fit him in. And let me tell you something. I saw a change in him. I immediately saw a change in him. Now, the behaviors were still there. Okay? The behaviors were still there, but he had a purpose to get out of bed. So he gets up in the morning, he gets himself dressed. But now you have the behaviors to where he's lashing out, he's tearing things off the walls here, he's attacking family members. So I was calling the authorities every 3 to 6 months. That was my life. And I thought, once again, there's got to be something better than this. I had him on meds at first, and then I took him off because I saw the side effects and what have you. I thought, no, there's got to be a better way. And I'm not saying that I'm against medication, but for him, I would try anything other than meds. Just that I'm talking about my son. So I took him off the meds. That was a process. It was a process. And then Miss Danielle left. But let me tell you something. When I tell you God closes one door and he opens another, he does. When I first met with Miss Chelsea, I thought, good Lord, this woman is a chatterbox. I love her dearly. I wouldn't trade her for a wooden nickel. I thought, goodness gracious, she's a chatterbox. But the more I worked with her, the more I became, oh my God, this woman is a heaven sent. And when she started working with my son on his behavior and showing him how he needed to recognize his own behavior and ways to de-escalate himself, I thought, oh my God, well, look at this. So now he is doing great. I'm not saying everything's perfect. We're talking in the background. My son went to the store, so he got him some goodies. Hey, is this, oh, never mind. You can dry your bowl off, CB. But it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, guys. No joke. It's a work in progress every day. You can't give up. Hey, CB, say hey. Say hey to the vlog.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, vlog.
Hey, Buck.
But it's a work in progress. And there's always a chance for regression. Always. Always. I would say these two key things. You don't give up, and consistency. Those two fighting words, power words, never give up, or phrases, and consistency is powerful when you're dealing with autism. It's powerful. It's powerful. I wouldn't be standing here sharing this with you if it wasn't. So, to you, I am going to share, I'm going to link the big video. I think it's the black and white to color video. And it actually shows the individuals there saying that they have a purpose. They talk about having a purpose. Now, the video is a little older, and the co-founder who was actually the narrator, I think, in the video, she has, that's clean, baby. You want to wipe it out? Okay. All right. She has since kind of stepped down a little bit and let other people kind of take on more responsibilities. She did lose her daughter, but I know that that woman had a purpose, and Big was her purpose, because Big has made such a huge difference in so many of our children's lives, adult lives, and they're referred to as citizens there. Citizens. Yes. Yes. And they are even partaking in working with other states to implement a program like theirs here. So you see what the purpose is? It can be contagious. You know, on Fridays, he gets up and he makes his bed. I can't get him to make a bed during the week. But Miss Chelsea's coming over on Fridays. That's his purpose. That's his purpose. Everybody has a purpose. And without further ado, I am going to include this clip that I've been telling you about. And also I am going to link the video from Big, as well as the information for the donation and for the fundraising for my son. Each citizen has been asked for a certain dollar amount. I'm not asking for anything. If you have a penny you can share, I'm gracious. I'm gracious, and I'm sure CB would be gracious. So thank you for your continued support. If you have anything any other questions or any other content you want me to cover, and if you want me to continue to talk about regression, I can do that. I can do that. Definitely can do that. So thank you for your support, and hang on so you can watch this clip. Hey y'all, I'm just hopping in real quick. I received a call from CB's job, and it seems as though he's been kind of agitated all day today. So rather than have his brother pick him up, which can sometimes be an enhanced agitator, actually Brandon had already gotten out here. He had already arrived out here, but the staff called me and said, hey, can you come and pick him up instead? So I'm here, and the staff is in there trying to work with him to help him come out. So I'll kind of talk about what happened. I just met with the staff and just kind of see if we can figure out what's going on with him. So anyway, I just wanted to hop in and just tell you, it's real life stuff, guys, real life stuff. So I'm here, and hopefully he'll come out soon and we can go home.